Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Millen, joined by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton. Again, we're back to a full house. We're not doing this alternating week stuff. Yay!
It's like
Three's Company 2.
It's shared custody is what CJ has.
It's
like supervised custody visitation rights.
It's not. I should not be the anchor of this show. All right, no one's coming for me.
I'm sorry. I was just having some fun floating down in the sewer.
We all float down here, Joshy.
Gross. I'm now imagining Pennywise and Bane together having a conversation. What that sounds like. That's exactly what's going on in my head.
I would improv that shit if I wasn't so tired. I'm gonna have to think of some weird scenario for Bane and Pennywise.
Okay, so listen, Brian was not here last week. If you're new to the show, so I wanted Brian to give some time just to give us a couple feedback about a couple things because I think we struck a chord with Brian, and a chord that
or a nerve
he did not like.
No, nerve. Gotcha.
Right. So, Brian, you have the floor is yours for a few minutes. You had some gripes.
I do have some gripes. So I'm going to start with the Blockbuster, which was missing its theme music.
Forgot about that.
So I don't understand Josh's need to speed read through the Blockbuster. I painstakingly and masterfully put this list together for you.
That list of movies was dog shit, bro.
It's not my fault October's not the best month.
Reason I speed read through it was because it was dog shit.
Dude, no. Blade Runner 2049 is going to be fantastic.
I said that.
Blade Runner 2049, definitely going to go see it ASAP. Happy Death Day, I actually agree with you, Josh. I'm not a fan of horror movies, but this seems pretty
interesting. Looks good, right? Groundhog Day with the dead girl? Sure.
Yeah. I was on board for that. I'm on board for Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, but I'm probably not going to find it in the theater near me. It's probably going to have to wait for,
It's only going to be an artsy, there's the one theater in Asheville, North Carolina that plays it.
It's actually playing at a Carmike by me. I was like, oh, but now is AMC. Because I saw a poster for it and they're like, it's playing. I'm like, really? What? Really?
Yeah. On a Tuesday at 11:50 a.m.
Josh, to answer your question, I put Boo 2 Medea Halloween on this list because Tyler Perry is a national treasure, okay?
Ooh.
It was a trap. It was a trap. That's all it was. You wanted to see if I would take the bait.
I'm interested in Thank You for Your Service. Not enough to go see in the theater. Suburbicon, I have some thoughts on this movie.
Yes.
I hate the Coen brothers.
Me too.
I know.
But this movie's trailer seemed interesting.
No, you can't cross over to the dark side.
I'm not crossing over. I'm not going to see it in the theater. I'm not going to plunk down $11 to see this movie. Trust me. But I will definitely stream it. But the big thing that you guys talked about that kind of bugged me was those little echo buzzer things.
Dots? The buzzers,
dots,
yeah.
Whatever the hell they are. CJ, first off, if you're going to talk about board gaming and I'm not around, you just need to shut the hell up. First off. Because your idea of board gaming was like, I brought Cards Against Humanity and Monopoly. Fuck Monopoly. First off.
False.
It was Life.
No, I don't care. Fuck Life
Operation
in general and the board game. Okay? I am a board game enthusiast.
Yeah.
Aficionado?
I have much board games, and they are all extremely difficult to transport and carry, but I love it, and I do a board game night. I try to go to board game night once a week. Josh, yes, it is very cumbersome to carry around, but I'm also not bringing that shit to a drive-in.
I see you with the old timey leather strap that the kids used to wrap all their textbooks in, and you've got the board games slung over your shoulder, but it's a giant, cumbersome pile of board games.
It would be a very heavy and giant, cumbersome pile of board games. But I do want to mention.
Gee golly,
Josh,
you can't wait to roll these die.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, You Don't Know Jack was a great trivia game, but I mean, there's no usage for this. Most of these freaking games, You Don't Know Jack, who have actually released games recently, on like the PlayStation, there's the Jack Party Box, which has a bunch of different trivia games and different games. They all work off your cell phone. Your cell phone acts as the buzzer, or as like your how you enter your answers in
No,
there.
I want to slam a buzzer.
There is no reason for these buzzers.
I want to slam a buzzer.
There's no applicable usage.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that we, as a That Kind of Nerd family, need to go on Family Feud. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, that'd be some shit. How many people do you need for the feud, though?
8.
Okay, so there we go. We'll get Brian Roman, constant supporter of the show, right there on our Patreon page.
He's also a smart dude.
Very smart guy. Probably bring Craig Phillips, right? He's a contributor for the website.
Also very smart.
Right. Who else? TD. We get TD. He's been fantastic.
Has his brilliance been determined? Because I don't know. Has it? TD he's a good dude, right? I want to grab a beer with him. But like, if the answer comes to him,
things that you bring on a camping trip.
Steve Harvey stands there and stares at him and gives him the double look, I'm going to be pissed off.
I don't know. To be determined. And then who else do we need to? Well, Paul. We got to bring Paul Castillo, right? He does the drunken voicemail.
He comes as a set with
in
his
case of any
wife.
Spanish speaking question.
Right,
sure.
comes with his new bride Melissa, who also helps out with she did the graphic.
And Wicked Smart.
Wicked Smart.
I think that's it. I think we got.
I think we're good.
That we should probably involve my wife at some point.
replace me with her.
I'm thinking more Double Dare than Family Feud.
I would like to take
never
the physical
playing
challenge.
Double Dare. Mark Summers. It was that Mark Summers?
It was.
Yeah.
I hate
we have derailed very, very hardcore. Brian, was that all your feedback from last week?
Cadbury eggs are delicious, and I don't understand why anybody has any issues with that rating system.
Again, it's the one we do every single week.
Yeah, I mean, they are delectable and bring joy to everybody.
It's just joy to children.
Joy to me. I'm 31 years old. I get joy every time I bite into a Cadbury egg. What was the nerd degree again? What was the device? Oh, the
cell phone.
The phone.
Stupid
the
phone
that keeps the
repels
mosquitoes.
Yeah. That's dumb, but whatever.
$120 not to be eaten alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I could spend $5 on a citronella candle, bro.
Gross. They're so gross, and they don't work. Like
They totally do work.
You have to actually light one and put it in your pants for it to work.
Yes, you must.
Wait. Is that not how I'm supposed to use it?
have to drip hot citronella wax all over your body. And I understand that might be fun for some people, but that is not
really
the intended use.
Because that's how I use citronella. Are you?
I
not
just
supposed to do
doused
that?
myself in tiki oil.
That is all my thoughts on last week's episode. I'm sorry I was not here or present to join you folks, but I am back and happy to be here and drinking whiskey.
As you all know, I love to go around the internet. I like to find the weird, I like to find the funny, and I like to ask these gentlemen for their tech perspective. Good. It's
another theme song that was missing last week, by the way.
very true. It is 1997.
Right now?
The internet is running off of 56K.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace just came out on theaters.
And the world revolves around one service, AOL. Instant Messenger, ladies and gentlemen. The way to communicate with your friends. And AIM, or AIM as it is effectively known to a lot of people, is going to be shutting down after 20 years. It's still up and running, like right now.
I had no idea this was still up and running. But how will I get my awesome away messages out to the world?
That's called Twitter. That's all Twitter is. It's just a
Twitter is my AIM away.
But it is time to set your final away message, because in December, the company that you can now fear and will invade your home, Oath, will be shutting down the service on December 15th. It's gone forever.
Can they put up like a permanent away message if I try to open Instant Messenger? It's just an away message from AOL. Sorry, I'm AFK right now, being shut down by Oath.
It's, hey, change my screen name to Oath.
How? I mean, I wonder, how dare they shut down Instant Messenger on International Tea Day?
Listen, every day is International Tea Day, just depending on...
No, December 15th is International Tea Day.
How dare they? I have very fond memories of AIM.
It's also a Bill of Rights Day, and I got to say, if it's Bill of Rights Day in the United States and they're taking away
shutting down free speech right there,
my ability to freely express myself on an extinct medium, they are infringing upon my rights.
One of the very first apps I downloaded on my iPhone was AIM. I made sure I had that on my phone.
Listen, I got to update my MySpace before I, set up my AFK message on AIM.
Whoa, you have a MySpace, dude?
Oh, totally.
You should get Friendster. Friendster is so much better.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally on Friendster.
Ah, damn.
You're on the wrong platform,
MySpace is just so much better. You can customize your page and shit.
We're going to make sure that our bear share is updated.
No, I'm a Napster guy myself.
In 90, what were you guys in 90? Like, how old were you in 97?
It was 20 years ago. I'm 29, so I was 9.
I was 11.
You weren't even using Instant Messenger.
I was.
Yeah,
there should have been no way you were allowed to use AOL Instant Messenger.
By 13, I was using Instant Messenger.
In 97, because my family, I was.
In 1997, I was instant messaging a girl at school that I married.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
Interestingly enough.
Why'd
you gotta make it all sweet? We're making fun of it. God.
No, you can't. I mean, you can make fun of it. It's funny to.
Dude, that sound was.
But that's what.
For me, it was the.
You just waited. I'm waiting for the noise.
For me, it was this. I have 3 brothers, right? I was racing home to get there first so I could go on the computer because there wasn't.
Yeah, you had
the one
right.
computer. My dad even got a second telephone line installed, so telephone calls wouldn't interrupt the internet usage.
Yep.
And I would race the computer, sit down there first, so I could be on AIM before anybody else was. And that could be.
I needed to get there so that I could set my away.
Exactly.
Message.
Just need to get my away message up. It needs to be good. I need to do hello %N, so it says your screen name.
Did you guys? You didn't play games with your away messages?
I probably did a variety of things. I honestly can't remember.
Yeah, I did a bunch of different things.
I would award points to.
Oh yeah, you would rank. So here's the thing: for people who've never used this, because I'm sure there's some people. Your away message.
Who are these people?
I don't know. Damn millennials.
They're your comrades, aren't they?
We were using MSN. He was very good. You should definitely try.
On typewriter.
Probably still working right now. Probably is. The away message was the end all be all, right? It really, again, I really equate it to Twitter. It is the best tweet of the day was to see what other people's away messages were. And yes, Josh, I would award points essentially, kudos even at that point to the people who had the best away message. It was not really more about talking to each other. It's about when you're not there having the best away message.
I'd put up obscure movie and music quotes. And the first person to would get points, and then if they could continue it, they'd get points.
I ran home to get on the computer so I could hear that.
There's Brian going. How come no one's my buddy on AIM?
We had in 2004, 2005 when we moved into our apartment, maybe right before we got married. Laura's brother would crash on the couch and we were, two-way, right? So we had cable down, but dial up.
Oh.
So I came out one late at night and little brother's out there on the couch and he's doing the modem noise in his sleep, which was the funniest shit. But so Brian, you gave me a little bit of nostalgia right there.
All right. Well, listen, continuing the nostalgia train, right? I want you to close your eyes. I want to picture a soda, right? And it's got a bright red can. And what is the first thing you think of when you think of a bright red can on soda?
A-Treat cream soda. A-Treat cream soda. And nothing else. And nothing else ever.
Because Coca-Cola, because Josh is the devil and worships the Pepsi gods. But guys...
A-Treat cream soda is better than Coca-Cola.
But... there was another cola back in the 80s and the early 90s that had all of the pride and joy with the red can, and that was Jolt Cola. All right? It was all the sugar and twice the caffeine. And ladies and gentlemen, it is back right now. Stores across the country at Dollar General.
I have to go get it.
Dollar General.
No.
This seems like it's right up Ben's alley, Brian.
Listen,
you need to stop Ben from getting all the Jolt Cola.
A 16-ounce can of Jolt has 2 grams of less sugar than Coca-Cola, and it has more caffeine than a 16-ounce Red Bull.
But less sugar? I can get behind that.
A little less sugar than Coke, but
I mean, it's still poison.
It's exactly poison.
All soda is poison.
Yes, it is.
I remember Jolt, I've never had Jolt.
Oh my God, my brother Drew lived on this, and it was because of I think it was because of the movie Hackers this was prominently featured, right? This one was prominently featured in the movie Hackers, and my brother lived on this. And I remember the day they took it away, my brother was like, I'm buying as much as I can, man. I'm buying as much as I can. And as soon as I saw this article that it is back, it's back right now in Dollar General for $1. I was like, you need to get on this. I haven't heard from him since, so I'm kind of worried that he may be.
Yeah.
He's strung out on Jolt Cola in the alley of the Dollar General.
I had no room for Jolt.
He spent
Cola.
all his money on Jolt Cola.
See the General. I want to get some more of that Jolt, man.
Yeah, he's just freaking handing out favors for Jolts. It's ridiculous.
I was drinking iced tea a gallon at a time, so there was no room for
he was doing that too, but
Jolt Cola. And then I moved on to coffee at like 15.
Brian, were you a Jolt Cola? Because I said Hackers,
no,
and you chuckled.
I chuckled because
Johnny Lee Miller is why you chuckled, because Johnny Lee Miller.
I remember Hackers, and I remember it being prominently featured. I remember drinking one Jolt Cola and going, nope. Never again.
Hey, pulling the ripcord. I'm out.
I was not allowed to have Jolt Cola at all. We've discussed how my parents were hawks, and I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons like in the house, like at all.
Because it's the Jolt Cola is the devil's work.
It is. My mama said that Jolt Cola's the devil's work. Yeah. So I am actually
everything's the devil with you, mama.
I definitely want to go ahead and get a can, just at least one can. It's $1.
No. Nope.
All right.
A can?
Leaving the nostalgia train and just me really honestly asking for a tech perspective on an issue I saw.
How is Jolt Cola tech perspective, by the way?
Just we're getting
hackers because hackers. I see what he did there.
Whipped it in that way. I think that was an accident, and he's very happy that happened.
Happy accident.
So everybody, I listen. This is just common knowledge. Everybody uses Microsoft Edge browser to install a better browser. It is the browser that if you have Windows, you go, oh, I can't wait to throw this away and get Chrome or Firefox.
You'd think they'd get, like, Edge wouldn't be the word.
I mean, as long as we're talking about things from like 1997, I use Netscape.
Netscape Navigator? Dude, that thing was the best.
Netscape Navigator is the shit.
It was the best.
I just installed IE5, so.
Oh.
I'm hopeful.
That's really good. Listen, when you get to Alta Vista, make sure that you figure out how much caffeine is in a Jolt Cola.
What is this? I didn't know Microsoft had a browser that wasn't Internet Explorer.
It is. It's the rebranded Internet Explorer.
It is coming to iOS and Android in beta, to which the question I ask is, why? Why? So here's the thing. When it comes to this topic, internet, so available on an iPhone to be a browser of the main browsers is obviously Safari, the default browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, and now Edge.
No longer Opera. No more Opera.
Opera on your mobile isn't anything to be good. It's good on your desktop.
I only use Safari, so I have no idea.
On your desktop, I do like Opera, but no, not on the mobile.
Okay.
On an iPhone is very different because you'll have to use the Safari rendering. Blah 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 is very nerdy. Basically, everything's just a skin over Safari essentially. Why? Who uses third-party browsers on their phone? Like I mean, maybe Android this makes sense, but like
Chrome,
no one else.
Chrome for work,
right?
But otherwise, no.
Right. Like on my phone, it because if you click a link in a text message, if you click a link anywhere else, in a news article on Apple News or in Flipboard or any other application, if you click a link, it defaults to Safari on an iPhone. On Android, yes, you can change the browser, but if you are an Android user, you're probably going to want Chrome because you're really into Google, or maybe Firefox because maybe you like speed or something like that. But you're never going to use Microsoft Edge. There's no people like, oh man, I'm so loyal to Edge, man.
Oh, CJ, was Google holding up a roast me sign that you caught right there, or like what happened?
Listen,
wow,
fits.
That was savage. All right.
So why is this like why?
I read it, and I think that Microsoft just want to be picked to play in the dodgeball game. That's all. They just want to be involved. This is going to enable a continue on PC type function, which, if you have iOS, if you have Mac OS, if you it already is there. But if you're using a Windows PC, first, you're doing it wrong. But if you are, and you can't at the moment buy a Mac, then this is helpful. Functionality wise, I don't know. I will say this. I didn't see a release date, CJ. What's the release
It's a
date?
beta right now, so it has to go through.
Right. I get that, but like, are they projecting?
No official release date.
No, Q4 could be 2018. We
Haven't
don't
said
know.
a word.
All right. I will try this as a browser. I don't use. Oh, I do have a Windows PC. I have to find it.
It's in the attic up in a wardrobe somewhere.
It may be in Narnia, but I will find my PC and I will try this.
Okay. Can I? So how long do you think you're going to use it? Like a day?
It depends when it comes out. I'm not using a beta.
Yeah,
That's
no.
insane.
But I mean, like, can I get you to do it for a week?
Nope, I'm giving him 20 minutes.
As my exclusive browser? Are you out of your mind?
Just saying.
All right. Here's what I'll do. Here's my commitment. If this is after football season, I will use it for 72 hours exclusively.
Okay, that's a big commitment for you.
During football season, you go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Okay, I'll see that. That I cannot wait to hear about. Josh, the next one's actually something that you brought to my attention, and that Anker has built a Android projector and Bluetooth speaker in one, and it's no bigger than maybe a can of, dare I say, Jolt Cola?
Yeah, it's the size of a can of Jolt Cola there.
It's called the Nebula Castle, and it can be had for $199. And man, are they claiming that this thing can do it all. It's so smart. It can work from any browser. Tell me a little bit about this thing and why we should pay attention to it.
I just think first and foremost, the idea of a projector and a speaker together is kind of cool. Maybe it's the professional in me that presents for a living.
It's a projector.
Yeah. But here's the problem, right? I mean, you essentially need to be in a dark room for this thing to work. It's like 100 lumens. It's not bright. So it's not much fun, but it's a little bit of fun. If you were going to buy a speaker anyway, and you thought, this would be I like Anker products. So I thought if they're going to try something, I want to see what people think about it. So I figured we'd talk about it here because I have absolutely endorsed Anker products. I have all kinds of Anker stuff in my house, and primarily of the charging capacity.
Right, that's what they're good at.
But they're very good at it. But like, you think about it this way, it's a 360-degree Bluetooth speaker, which at the moment, I don't know of many 360-degree speakers that are less than $199.
I think the UE Boom is the only one I know of.
But that's $199. Right.
Well, so this is as a catch. This is an Indiegogo, so it's $199 for now, $269 when it hits retail.
There you go. Fair enough. So, but if it's the size of a soda can and it's a decent speaker and it's a shitty projector, well, maybe try it. I don't know if you've got a $200 to randomly spend on something like this, but it looked like a pretty innovative idea to me. And I like when people go, you know what? Let's just try this shit and see what happens. Let's take a rat and a bird and
or a mouse and a cockroach and make a cockamouse.
Yeah, you got it.
So, Brian, here's my question for you. Right now, the current tech specs, the way that it talks about it, it can do 2.5 hours worth of movie watching or 40 hours of Bluetooth audio. And it does support AirPlay, Chromecast, and Miracast if you're crazy and like third-party streaming. So, anyway, it doesn't matter. And again,
and it runs Android.
It does run Android, and it's $199. Knowing your palatial estate, you may need a pop-up theater when your first one is full, so like an auxiliary theater for an event. Is this something that would ever pop up on your radar, or is this something that you think people should even invest in if it's something that they're interested in?
So you're telling me I'll have enough time to watch one good movie or one Lord of the Rings movie up to just where it starts to get good?
That's Lord of the Rings' fault. It's not this speaker's fault.
It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it.
Oh no, I don't think it's a good value.
No.
I never introduced that as a thing.
That's fine. But that's what I'm asking the man who obviously has space for this, right? Could obviously make it work.
I mean, if you plan on doing your own little mini drive-in theater, like in the middle of
It's not bright
somewhere,
enough
and that's not bright enough, then fuck it. No, what the fuck? Why are we even talking about
I think
this?
about all the times that you see these commercials for anything that has a projector, anything that's got some kind of projecting is, we're going to take a sheet, hang it out in the backyard, and we're going to have movie night. And I'm just like, that doesn't happen. Like, stop saying that that's what people do. No one does that. This is the thing, again, it's making the promise it can do it. So, Josh, you're saying, listen, if you're going to buy a $199 Bluetooth speaker and you want 360 sound, just, sure, why not? And hey, it comes with Android and a projector on it. It could be worse. And Brian, you're just saying, don't make this a projector, you stupid.
I'm saying stop involving me in stupid conversations like this.
You've been doing it for 122 times, so, kind of hard to keep
you keep having me back.
You're part of the show. What are you talking about? You're not a guest.
I'm co-founder. Let's just make sure that's out there.
I want to hear it from the founder.
In case everybody doesn't understand,
I
I'm
want to
co-founder.
hear it from the founder, not the co-founder.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
that's so fucked up. God, you guys are so concerned with titles. It's insane.
I am. I like to be known as the big cheese.
Josh, you also came across something that I thought was whimsical and wonderful, and I need you to talk about it. And that is
it's not something I came across per se. I was watching sporting events and saw a Verizon commercial where Gaten Matarazzo rides his bike. He's Dustin on Stranger Things, right? The cute kid on Stranger Things. Rides his bike up and he's talking to his neighbors and they should get Verizon. And he's now the spokesperson. I thought it was really cool for a couple reasons. First and foremost, child actors, just historically, they go down into the pit of despair and they never come out, right?
Right.
And I think that getting involved in other projects, regardless of what they are, he's capitalizing on the cachet he has now. Obviously, he knows he's got an image that everybody loves. He's sticking with the bike thing, which is really cool.
They made an 80s reference.
The 80s reference. Plus, we've got Stranger Things starting in just a few weeks. So this is prime time for him to get his name and image out there. And I think this is a hell of a thing for this kid to do. So when I saw it, obviously I thought the commercial was cool. I'm also the guy that has to leave the room when the Amazon Prime commercial comes on with the little Asian baby and the dog, lest I have to, cry in a corner. So this was just a very cool, funny sort of thing. And I thought, for child actors today, generally their only outlet after their big moment is going to be doing the circuit of crime shows, just the one episode each, and then they're done, right? Maybe they get lucky and they're the Haley Joel Osment that ends up in a couple movies and then Silicon Valley or whatever. But like this kid is clearly trying to carve out a career. And I thought
the other thing I thought was nice too was, we say we break down the nerdy world for everybody. This kid just nailed it. It's like, why your internet is important. You're going to have 20 kids over at your house. Yeah. They're all going to be on Snapchat. Yeah. Get that fixed. Hey, you have 4K. Yeah. You're going to stream content like Stranger Things, right? Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Fucking, you need fast internet. Get your shit together. What else? What is this fiber optic shit? It's basically fucking magic, okay? Just deal with it. It's great. Like,
basically magic was the cool. Yeah, it was very cool.
It just takes technology and goes, it's not that scary. This stuff is pretty cool and everybody needs it. Okay? So get on board.
If this kid was riding through a neighborhood filled with, older folks talking this wizardry, they would listen to him.
Right.
And so I think, again, when we talk about that kind of nerd and we talk about what our purpose is in general, I truly believe, whether it's just part of his persona or whether he's genuinely this cool, that's what this kid is, that kind of nerd. And I really, really like this commercial, and I needed it to be called out for everybody because you should go watch it.
All right, we're now going to move on to the world of movies and TV, and I want to start with a little bit of follow-up, a little bit of some experience and some feedback about MoviePass. So we talked about MoviePass a couple of weeks ago, actually last month.
You mean multi-pass?
Yeah, that's the joke.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass.
The joke I made. It is at $9.99 a month. You get to see one movie every day.
Multi-pass.
I really think they missed the boat, and they had called it like movie multi-pass. That would have been.
I agree.
the way.
When everyone says, "How will you be paying today?" I go MoviePass.
MoviePass.
But here's the deal. I want to give some experience to this. First off, we talked about this over a month ago. I signed up for it right when it like a week after it had changed to the $10 a month price model. It took over 30 days for me to get my card. And apparently I am lucky because other people have been waiting longer than me and still have yet to get their card. I reached out to their customer service on Facebook, on Twitter, on their website, and was ghosted. I mean, I got no replies. I got a Dear John email saying, "Oh, we have your request and we are looking into it. We're working on getting everybody cards." But that wasn't the actual issue I had asked them, something specific to the application. So it was just a form letter. I got a message too on my app. I said, "Hey, like seriously, I've been trying to reach somebody. Help me out." And they said, "We'll be right with you. We'll let you know as soon as an agent is free." 3 days went by, no reply. So their customer service has been pretty lousy. And their defense has been...
Was it like 1 week since you looked at me? Dropped your hands to the side and said, "I'm angry."
Their defense has been, "Hey, listen, we didn't expect all these people to go on this price. And it's really hard to get cards." To which Josh said, "Seriously, it's not that hard to pre-order a Visa card from a company. It's just like get your shit together."
Right.
And their customer service has been absolutely lousy. You can still go on Twitter right now and just see people saying, "Seriously,
It's plastic. There's sheets of it. They stamped them 1,000 at a time.
help us out. It's not that hard." All that being said, once you get your card and it activates, and mine activated right away.
It's like a movie orgy frenzy.
It's been fantastic. I mean, I saw the movie. I saw the mountain.
You've just been Spider-Manning all over
saw
the
mountain
movies.
between us. Today, I'm going to go see Blade Runner 2049 tomorrow. I've used every time I use this, I feel like I'm getting away with like stealing. I'm like, hey,
Well,
I got it.
if you're
that
sneaking
feeling?
food in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're seeking some Kung Pao chicken in, that's to the 10th degree.
I mean, for sure, you should. My problem with this is if I'm going to the movies every day, I'm like there's popcorn and snacks and water, and that's pricey. So like, can you take like an Indiana Jones satchel and fill it with stuff, or like a Camelback?
Well, so listen. Here's the thing. I still use some of the movie hacks that we talked about a long time ago. About it. Number one, it's got the annual bucket from AMC/Carmike, so it's like $4 for a whole big ass bucket full of that. So score.
So just a bucket with grody residue.
I wash it every time I get done the movies. Every time. Number two. Number two is I may allegedly save my soda cup and wash it out every time and just refill it. So.
How do you get a soda cup in there? Those are big cups.
You put it in the bucket. And then you drape a sweater or a hoodie over the bucket, and you walk into.
And then you pull the cup out with the sweater, and now the sweater is draped over the cup, but you hand them the bucket.
No, you get your seat.
It's like, are you performing a magic trick in the middle of the theater?
That's what it sounds like. Is it sleight of hand?
Go to the seat first.
Oh, you go to your seat and then go to... No, you're doing it wrong. You have to go concessions first.
Please look at my empty popcorn bucket, and now there's a rabbit.
But listen, here's the deal.
It's magic.
MoviePass itself as a service has been great. It's the customer service getting the card, which has been terrible. The way that it actually works is you got to be within 1,000 feet of the theater in order to get your MoviePass loaded. Listen, a lot of people are griping about that. It's not a big deal. It's fine.
I have to revisit this. I'm sorry. It's just because you're the cheapest motherfucker. Like, it's not enough that you're paying essentially $1, $2, like maximum per movie that you're seeing. But you're actually taking advantage of the theater further. Instead of just bringing a bottle of water from home that you bought or bringing snacks from home that you bought, you're just super capitalizing on the theater.
I am participating in their annual bucket. That is their fault that they're giving me unlimited popcorn for $4.
Listen, non-MoviePass users, when your tickets go to $20 and your concessions double in price, you can call 484-373-4119 and yell at CJ.
Absolutely. but listen, the experience has been great. I haven't run into any issues of getting into movies. Used it today, use it tomorrow. I feel like I'm getting away with murder every time I do it. It's awesome. Just, man, getting getting onboarded as a client is atrocious.
How much is a basket of popcorn and a soda? That size basket and a soda.
It's like $5.75.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling it $6. How much is a soda? Like $20?
I think it's
Like
$6.
$5.
Yeah, $5 to $6.
$11. You expect to go to approximately how many movies a month at this point? At least all the movies, right?
I'm going every weekend and sometimes both days in the weekend.
So we're gonna call it $6.
Yes, that's fair.
Okay. $66 a month.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
So what you're talking about is I don't know, quick math. What's that, like $792? $792 annually. You're like 4 years away from grand larceny is really what we're talking about. You're not far off. So you're committing a felony.
I can do this for 3 years, but when 4 comes around,
yeah,
felony.
right. It's just petty theft. It's just essentially it's like a misdemeanor 2 up until you hit grand larceny.
Okay, so I'll tell my wife, hey, listen, we can do this for 2 more years, but year 4.
Wait, does she have a MoviePass?
Yeah, she has
too?
MoviePass too.
Wait, this guy cuts it in half. It's 18 months before you hit grand larceny. This is a bad thing. This is like, I was all for it for like getting in, but if everyone is doing what you're doing,
that's the
and
thing.
I have to
no
assume,
one's doing what I'm doing.
I have to assume everyone with
movie
MoviePass is an MK Ultra cheap scumbag. So because of that, holy shit! Like you
broke Josh.
I did. I broke Josh. This never happens.
You broke Josh with math.
So speaking of the movie experience and the prices changing on things, we got some news, guys. If you're a Netflix subscriber, prices are going to be changing again, starting in November for new subscribers, and then current subscribers are kind of in this weird grandfathery thing. No one kind of really knows. But the standard plan is going from $9.99 to $10.99, so just an increase of $1. But the premium tier, which is the 4 screens and HDR and 4K, is going from $11.99 to $13.99. And good news, if you're on for some reason the $7.99 basic plan, first off, stop that. It's staying in the same price, so that's not changing. But the standard at $9.99 to $10.99 and the tier from $11.99 to $13.99. Should we just expect this? I mean, is this something that comes around every couple of years and that's just how the market is? Like,
I don't know why you're surprised.
I'd pay $30 a month. I would pay $30 a month for Netflix.
More and more people, more and more networks are pulling their crap, and studios are pulling their crap from Netflix. They got to make up the profit.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking increasing $1 across the board, even if you have 1 million subscribers on that plan, that's $1 million that they just got in extra revenue. Yeah. I mean, that's funding Stranger Things. That's funding another season of House of Cards. So, I mean, like, I like
There is a ton of content. There's no place you can go to get this much content at this quality. It just isn't available. Anybody who's got an issue with this $2, you're wrong. You're just wrong. I would pay $30 a month for Netflix.
Listen, you just said I am a cheap bastard, and you're absolutely right, but I am willing to pay the extra money for the Netflix subscription that I have.
Well, let's revisit that as well. In fairness, you're going from, I mean, a worst case scenario, $2 to $4. I don't want to hear your shit.
Again, that's if Team...
And you haven't paid for Netflix.
That's if T-Mobile picks up the extra slack.
And you haven't paid for Netflix ever.
I played the 5th on that one. So wait, so in this scenario, my brother's the movie theater, and my TV is the soda cup.
And you're perpetrating a crime against a sibling.
Do you put a hoodie over your TV and then remove it to show a rabbit?
Voila.
Now we can watch this rabbit eat hay.
Why would a rabbit eat hay?
Rabbits don't eat
carrots, you dumbass.
Rabbits eat whatever I want them to eat in this scenario. It's my magic trick, goddammit.
Creme brulee, rabbit? Yes. Yes. Would you like to eat a marshmallow peep?
I'm very tired, and I did not think that rabbits don't eat hay. Fuck you.
Rabbits don't eat it.
Next topic.
Josh, I will say one thing, though. You just said, listen, there's nowhere else that you can get this kind of quality programming. Hulu is trying to tell you to shut the hell up because they are bringing back TGIF with Boy Meets World, Dinosaurs, Home Improvement, and much more coming to Hulu so you can revisit that golden age of television.
Yeah, I guess I'm waiting for the part where you bring up the quality program.
Oh, how dare you! You're not a TGIF
Look,
fan?
it's a nostalgia thing. I'm never going to sit down and watch an episode of any of
Dude,
these
I'm
shows.
going to rewatch Home Improvement. Like
Dinosaurs was a great show, and I would rewatch it all
And Boy
the
Meets
time.
World was great, too.
Is Dinosaurs the one with the look at the baby?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's cute. My kids right now are binge watching Full House on Netflix. And I'm going, this is a bad idea. Like, I probably need to put a stop to it before they get introduced to topics that they shouldn't be introduced to, and they're introduced to them by Bob Saget, which is probably the wrong place. But who cares? Who cares really? Are you going to sit down? Are you going to sit down and watch TGIF?
Yes. I can tell you I am.
Are you kidding me?
I really am. I know Home Improvement and Boy Meets World are going to be on my list of shows that I need to binge through.
God, that sounds
There's
terrible.
also Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step. My neighbor was on Step by Step, actually. Perfect Strangers, and Hanging with Mr. Cooper. They're coming to Hulu starting on Friday, September 29th. So they're actually already there? This is from last week? Yeah, they are.
They're already there.
already there.
Perfect Strangers is probably the only one that I would watch an episode of.
But listen, it's coming to Hulu. It's a more nostalgia throwback, and I think it's odd that Full House is on Hulu when Fuller House is on the Netflix.
Full House is on Netflix,
It's on both now?
isn't it? My kids are watching it. I was assuming it was on Netflix. Maybe it's on Hulu. I don't know.
Ryan, you are suspiciously quiet about the lovely nostalgia that is coming to Hulu. Care thee not?
I'm sorry. I'm watching Boy Meets World right now.
Feeney.
Mr. Feeney just yelled at whatever Savage Kid it is. Corey. He yelled at Corey.
Yes, but it's Ben.
I said whatever Savage it is.
Okay.
No, I love TGIF. I definitely will watch this after the 16,000 other shows I need to watch.
Yeah, he still hasn't watched Sons of Anarchy or Deadwood or
still
The
haven't watched-
I need to watch The
Sopranos or-
Tick and yeah.
Right. He hasn't watched fucking anything.
Yeah, before you jump
Ever.
down the 90s TGIF, get that shit under control.
I'm fucking working on it.
All right, well, here's another thing. The classic 1970s series Kung Fu is getting a female-led sequel by Greg Berlanti, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Berlanti. I was kind of like, really? Didn't we have Kung Fu The Legend Continues, and that really wasn't all that good? We're rebooting Kung Fu?
What?
Was not a big fan of Kung Fu The Legend Continues.
It's funny. It's funny to hear females talk about Kung Fu. That's funny.
Oh, wow. All right. I actually got that as a sports reference. I got it.
Yeah, it's a sports
I got
reference.
it.
There you go.
I got the sports reference. I mean, it's offensive, but I got the sports reference. If you don't get the sports reference, good on you for not getting that. That means you'll probably do something good with your life.
I don't get the sports.
That's
reference.
okay.
It's fine. You can Google it later. I mean, great. I don't care at all. Who's the lead?
They haven't announced any actresses yet.
But it's safe to say that David Carradine won't be in it.
No.
Safe to say.
Safe to say he won't be in it. I actually highly enjoyed the Kung Fu series. I'll give this a shot. I like Greg Berlanti.
Sure.
If the Flash shows up, even better.
That's not going to happen.
You don't know
It
that.
could be the Berlantiverse. You never know.
This show is going to take place in the 50s. Flash can time travel.
It's meh. I'm meh.
You're meh.
But Josh, are you willing to give this a chance with Greg Berlanti at all, or is this not my thing? Even if it was produced by.
I'm not going to watch it.
I think he was pretty clear when he said, I'm meh.
Now it is time to take a look at the world of comics, how it's affecting TV, how it's affecting movies, and most of all, how it's affecting Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk.
And look, that theme's back this week too, Brian, because you're here. We're allowed to do that now.
Oh,
That's how that works.
Thank you.
Listen, right now is New York City Comic Con. There is a lot of news coming out of there, so we'll cover the big things probably next week in a little bit of a wrap up. However, Marvel has dropped a teaser for the Hulu original series, Marvel's Runaways. This literally just came out before we started recording. What do you guys think about what you've seen so far? And if you haven't seen it, go check out the show notes. But what do you guys think?
I think it looks interesting. I'm on board. It looks good. I mean, not a ton of information. That's okay. Yeah, the kids' parents are involved in some sort of freaking cult sacrificing
Yeah, that
people
looks
or something,
really weird.
and they have powers. Whatever. I don't know. I'm on board. It looks good.
Yeah, it definitely looks like. And again, I'm not a fan of this splitting up between ABC, Marvel, and Hulu, but Netflix. I mean, and Hulu, but whatever. I still have Hulu. Yeah, this looks really interesting. I'm very curious to see the direction that they take this on.
Do you have Hulu, or does somebody else pay for Hulu and you just magically pull a rabbit out of your ass and watch Hulu?
Thanks, Drew, for the Hulu. Appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Does somebody do you actually pay your own rent? Or does somebody else do that for you as well?
We're not going to pay. We're not going to pay last year's rent, this year's rent, next year's rent, rent, because everything is rent.
Very good. Very clever. Yeah. Very good. I think I will not be watching this at all.
Like at all? Like hard pass, or like I just don't care?
I don't care at all. Like when I'll tell you where they lost me. At Hulu.
Just Hulu?
Hulu's got some
Have you seen the
solid
Path?
original
11/22/63?
11/22/63.
Nope.
You really need to give it a chance. But the Path has Aaron Paul, Josh.
Nope.
But Aaron Paul,
he's Ghost Rider.
I'm gonna go ahead and hard pass. I hard pass.
Oh
on this.
man.
Yeah. And it's really easy because I never even look at Hulu.
Why do you want to spend the week I'm back making me sad?
I don't want to make you sad.
But you're making me sad.
But it's just dumb. It's stupid.
You're dumb. Cool. That's all.
Okay.
Great.
Listen.
More on New York City Comic Con to come.
More on New York City Comic Con to come, and we will see that. But that is the end of Cape Talk. Finally, we're going to round out today's show with the nerd degree. The nerd degree is where that kind of nerd gives a topic, a product, or a movie the third degree, and we decide if it passes or fails. This week, we are looking at a product called Effie. Now, the reason that the nerd degree exists, really, in all reality, is because of the wonderful product Foldymate that I saw as a topic that I thought these two gentlemen here would just ridicule and hate, but they loved it.
Still waiting on it.
Yeah, see, again, it still hasn't really delivered. But Effie is a quick ironing solution, very similar to the Foldymate. It can iron up to 12 items of clothing at once, all on a hanger, steam it, get it all nice and fresh, so you can go ahead and put it on your closet, put it on your person. I am very curious to see what you guys think about this, just knowing how you still don't have Foldymates, but you love them anyway.
Is there a conveyor device that will feed the iron clothes directly into my Foldymate?
I truly need like a human centipede, but with laundry machines.
It's not human.
It's not, but I need you to have the imagery of just a large connected washer, goes right into dryer, goes into
the Effie.
Effie goes into the Foldymate.
Goes
then,
into your drawers.
If there's another machine that I can add on to this that would put it in the drawers and or closet, I would be all on board with this.
Yep.
I want all of the things. Anything that prohibits me from actually doing laundry.
Here's the thing. This says it can iron 12 different items of clothing in about 3 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Which is how long it would take me to get the iron out, put water in it, open up the ironing board, heat it up, that kind of stuff. The device promises to get rid of all creases and wrinkles and reduce time spent ironing by 95%. Now, here's the thing. Right. First and foremost, I don't spend time ironing because I pay someone to do that shit.
Yeah.
I take it to the dry cleaner and they do it. I have purchased just this week a steamer, right? It's like a little caddy guy that I can wheel around the house and plug in wherever. And it has a telescoping arm and a hanger. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is save a little bit of money this winter by steaming my shirts, jeans, and sweaters versus taking them to the dry cleaner, because shit's like, $1.25 to $2.50 a piece every single week. That ends up being a lot of loot. So this seems like a worthwhile investment. This Effie deal in combination with a Foldymate would be absolutely
okay, but
insane.
it's gonna kill your wallet then, because the Foldymate was around what, $600
$800.
So the Effie is 699 British pounds, and let me do the conversion for you. That is
It's about
$913.
The pound has weakened. I'm okay with this. Like, so what you're saying is I can get both devices for less than $2K. Look, I don't know if any of you have shopped for laundry equipment in the past, 36 months, but laundry with steam, that shit's $1,200 a piece, washer and dryer, or more if it's gas versus electric. So you're talking about $2,500 for laundry. If I could pay less for my laundry equipment and feed it into these two pieces of equipment, I could buy two pieces of laundry equipment for $400 to $500 a piece, and then these two things, it's the same thing as buying two high-end laundry things. Yeah, that's before you get into all the accessories and pedestals and silliness. This I don't see how this doesn't make sense to you, Brian.
I didn't. Have you heard me ridicule the price for it? No, I'm just letting you know how much it costs.
You just said it's gonna
hurt your wallet. Just because it's
$800 does not hurt the wallet. Like, it's not. We're grown ups. It's not that big a deal. Like, you don't.
Hang on. We're talking to the man who doesn't pay $5 for a soda.
I was just gonna say, know your audience.
Yeah,
I do actually know my audience. You, sir, are not my fucking audience.
I'm your audience, Josh.
I see.
Right
I
here,
do see. Listen,
audience of one, and shut up, CJ, because you asked for my opinion.
Actually, I didn't, but that's fine.
Josh asked for my opinion. That's more important. What is this called? The Effie?
Effie.
Yeah, I Effie love it. I'm all over it. I want it, need it, gotta have it. Whatever other sizes Cold Stone Creamery does, I want it all.
Well, it's coming out on March of 2018. So it's around the corner. Here's the question: is will it ship to America? As of right now,
we throw all the tea overboard.
We do not support our international shipping just yet, but of course we'll let you know when we are able to ship it. So it's not
I give
ready
this
for
10 pieces of Triforce.
Not ready for America yet.
I don't care. I award it 10 pieces of Triforce.
All right, 10 pieces of Triforce. I actually give this a solid 8.5 pieces of the Triforce. And this is our standard ruling metric that we use every week. So Brian, where do you rank it?
I give it 10 pieces of the Triforce and the Master Sword.
If only it had a notification like Navi. Hey, listen, it's ready. Just let you know when it's all done.
Hey, listen.
No, you listen, you piece of crap.
If I accidentally hit the stick and hit one of those yellow buttons, like, listen. No, fuck you, Navi. You listen.
You listen.
Get back
you
in the
listen
jar.
to me.
Get back in the jar, Navi.
Listen, That Kind of Nerd is a podcast that is made by you, the fans. We always want to hear what you have to say. You can find us on Facebook or Twitter at That Kind of Nerd. You can also support the show, help support the show to make this content amazing. Go to patreon.com/That Kind of Nerd. And last but certainly not least, if you want to, you can have your voice on the show by calling 484-373-4119. I expect all the angry phone calls about my movie theater experience. You know it. Thank you so much for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work, and we will see you guys next week.
If you love comics and sci-fi and technology, television, video games, and fantasy, well, take a listen to our show. I'm sure you'll see there's many points where we can agree. Like that Martha as a plot point was just too absurd. And Apple versus Android is a case to be heard. And that Josh Trank's new Fantastic Four was a turd. Well, welcome to the club, cause you are that kind of nerd.
I have not been drinking at all.
Oh, wow.
Really?
No.
Am I the only one?
I can't. Yeah, not during a Yankees playoff game. I will be off the hinges drinking. So I do not partake.
I thought these were the following circumstances in which Josh Burns is not drinking. He's getting another drink.
Or
that's it. That's all I got. That's all.
Or sleeping.
I thought you hooked up an IV.
Yeah, I thought that was intravenously done. No, because Andrew Jackson kept a big block of cheese 2-ton block of cheese.
Oh, in the West Wing.
In the foyer of the White House.
It was there for anyone who was hungry.
You know, your knowledge of American history, as told by Aaron Sorkin, is fantastic.
That actually happened. There really was a big block of cheese.
I'm well aware, but your knowledge of American history comes from the West Wing. Just saying.
Not true. I also watched Independence Day.
I've seen Glory. I know what happened.
I've seen things. All right.
I seen it.